and dunk me, folks.
It's a special, all-new Gravity Falls.
I'm talking to you, Cutoffs.
Come to the Mystery Shack Fair.
The mission is proceeding as planned.
For a simple...
Oh my gosh, a pig! Ow! My eye!
Carnival.
Hey, watch where you're going!
Long ago in the magical year of 2012, as the then newly released cartoon Gravity Falls began its legendary run of 2 seasons, a couple of fans began to notice something odd. In the background of the first 3 episodes of the show, there was a mysterious character that appeared. He was there in episode 1 when Dipper and Mabel crashed the golf cart.
Stay back, man!
He was there in episode 2 when McGuckin makes his debut.
I seen it! I seen it again!
And he was there in episode 3 when Mabel asks for questions during the Wax Museum's reopening.
I will now take questions. You there.
Old man McGucket, local kook, are the wax figures alive and...
Of course, today we know this character as BlendinBlandin, the time traveler who made his formal debut on August 24th, 2012 in the episode The Time Traveler's Pig, which also explained why he was there in these scenes.
So, who are you again?
BlendinBlandin, Time Anomaly Removal Crew, year 2012. My mission is to stop a series of time anomalies that are supposed to happen at this very location, but I don't see any anomalies.
You now must clean up all of the anomalies.
Top to 2, top to 2.
Old man McGucket, local kook, are the wax figures alive and...
What are you looking at?
That said, early fan discussion was mixed on who he was, as evident in this old post here from the Gravity Falls subreddit's early days. Theories ranged from him being a mystery man, a conspiracy-related character, not important at all, or just a background character like the Adventure Time snail, and more. However, on this post, there's this one comment that stood out from the rest. Oh, you guys, stop it. It's probably just a mistake. What's fascinating about this comment is not the comment itself, but the user who left it. BlendinBlandin. The Reddit account's username is literally the name of the character himself. And what's insane is that this comment was left on Tuesday, July 17th, 2012, a little over a month before Blendin's name was revealed in Time Traveler's Pig. Given as we know you cannot change Reddit usernames and in turn throwing out the possibility that someone did this as a troll to make people think they were clever, what on earth is going on here? How did this account named after Blendin himself comment this before his name was formally revealed? And who was it? Well, we know one thing for certain. Alex Hirsch was not behind this. Why? Because he said so himself. See, this account and the mystery of it was found by the team behind the Mystery Shack Look Back podcast, a great podcast about Gravity Falls that was made by some incredible fellow fans, which I highly recommend. In the podcast's 49th episode, Alex Hirsch is the guest star alongside Jason Ritter, where they talk about Cypher Hunt. Towards the start of the podcast at around 18 minutes and 50 seconds, Alex is asked about BlendinBlandin and if he has any knowledge about it. He's mentioned in the past that in the show's early days, him and the crew kept watch of fan discussion and something like that could have been likely a troll by him or someone else in the crew pulled off to mess with the fans. However, this was not the case, for this is what Alex responded with.
When it was finally noticed that Blendin was in the background of the first 3 episodes, there was a Reddit thread pointing this out, and most of the users were like, it probably doesn't mean anything, it's probably an Easter egg like the snail in Adventure Time. But we saw something on that Reddit thread that we did not have an answer to. There was a user named BlendinBlandin who was saying it's probably nothing to everyone. This was before that name was known. Do you have any idea who that was posting?
Gosh, that's a great question. You know, I mean, we were closely monitoring all fan response, and it's definitely the kind of thing that we would have done to like hop in and troll somebody. But I have no memory of doing that, and normally I take such pleasure from trolling people that it sticks in my memory.
As you can tell, he had no knowledge of doing it. However, he did bring into the equation a possible idea of who may have been involved in it.
So it may have been a crew member, or even somebody, you know, working in the wider Disney team who was working on ads, or some fan within the universe of Disney's NDAs must have done that. But it wasn't me. I would remember if it was me.
So yeah, it was possible that user BlendinBlandin was made by a crew member who just didn't tell anyone, someone on Disney's PR team, or even someone in the greater Disney team that had knowledge of this, at the time, NDA protected info, who made this account as a subtle troll. It's a clever troll too, so that when Blendin's name is formally revealed a month later, someone may remember that account and be like, hold on, didn't we see this name before? And that indeed happened, given if you look at the replies on that comment, they were all made after the Time Traveler's pig had come out, and the users who were commenting were all shocked at how on earth this account knew the name. Now, this wasn't the only thing that this user commented. They also left a comment on this post on r/gifs of a Dipper GIF. This comment, left on this sub before the one on the Gravity Falls sub, reads as followed. Has anyone seen a calculator? As you know, one of the items Blendin picked up in episode 9 was a calculator that the twins had left behind in the past. This in turn also further indicates that whoever was behind this account was likely in the know for the show, given who else would be aware of the calculator and its significance beforehand, unless they were a crew member or a Disney employee in the know. What's more is the time. Alongside both comments being left on the 17th of July 2012, they were left at 9:57 PM and 10:12 PM PST, aka the time that it would be in LA where the GF offices were located, respectively. So, this very likely could have been some Disney or Gravity Falls crew member who was just in the offices late one night bored, who decided to troll some fans and make this account. The only mystery beyond that, if that is what happened, is why. What was the goal of this all? I mean, this account was not even used after this one day, unless there are deleted comments. There were no more comments or even a post ever made by BlendinBlandin after the 17th of July. If this was meant to be a troll, wouldn't it have been better to comment a bit more so that the account's name would spread out? That way when episode 9 aired, more people would have known about this and questioned what was going on? Or maybe keeping it small was the plan. I mean, this mystery is not a McGucket hoax or a Search for the Blind Eye website level mystery because it was so low key. Whoever made it made these 2 comments and that's it. The fact we even know about this is because the Mystery Shack Look Back podcast team found it and asked Alex about it, who shared what he suspected. It's possible someone out there knows the full story. Why this account was created, who made it, what was the goal of it, and why only 2 comments. Was this meant to be part of a bigger troll by someone in the know that didn't come to fruition? Or just a goofy late night prank they thought up that they didn't really plan to go further with? Whatever the story is, the mystery of user BlendinBlandin persists as another long forgotten mystery from Gravity Falls' early days that will likely remain unsolved till someone confesses to being behind it. But for me, that's about it. A huge thank you to the Mystery Shack Look Back podcast team for all their help and answering various questions I had while researching this video. They were the ones who originally found out about this account and asked Alex about it. I cannot recommend the podcast enough. It's something any Gravity Falls fan, old or new, will enjoy. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you by any chance were the person behind user BlendinBlandin who somehow is still watching this after all these years, let us know with proof. This is one obscure GF mystery I'd love to know the answer to, though I don't think we ever will. But yeah, thanks for watching and bye.